What's going on, Scorpio? How are you doing? Hope you're doing super well. This is the Autistic Mystic, and this is going to be a reading for April 10th to the 16th, 2023. So, in this reading, Scorpio, we're going to take a look at your overall general energy for this week. We're going to take a look at some things you do not see coming, and we're also going to get some advice from your angels and spirit guides and much more regarding this week, April 10th to the 16th, 2023, Scorpio. But before we begin this reading, as always, I do want to take a moment to let you know that you are very welcome here in this space with me, as we go through this reading, and I really do appreciate you in advance for taking the time to check this reading out. Now, if this general reading happens to resonate with you, Scorpio, definitely smash that like button, subscribe down below if you have not already for future updates. I would also really appreciate that. But without further ado, let's now pull the energy and see what would like to come through in this reading. See, I'm just getting my lapses of focus out of the way early. It's like playing basketball. You got to miss your first shots so that you can make the rest, okay? It's just the law of compensation here. As always, I would like to thank the angels, the interdimensional beings and the spirit guides who are overseeing this act of divination for the sign of Scorpio. I wanted to say Scorpio in a really weird voice, but I feel like I probably already isolated some of you from the reading that may need to hear it, so alright. I'm feeling weird today. I don't know about you. 10 to the 16th, Scorpio. Let's see what we got, Scorpio, for you. Yeah. Yeah, looking pretty good here. Wow. Alright. So, Scorpio. Let's start this reading off with some pre-shuffled oracle cards from the universe for you for this week, some messages. You first have Freya, phases and cycles. There is a beginning with every ending. Illusions are being revealed and released. Okay, so Scorpio, this energy, Freya, talks about something you wanted to come to an end has now come to an end, but you may be left feeling a little bit vulnerable, or you're finally out of something, you're finally out of a suspended state. For a lot of you, you could have felt like life was, I'm getting two different things. For some Scorpios out there listening, you could have felt like life was very boring recently, and now this week it's like, whoa, we can finally start moving, we can finally start taking action, and you've wanted that, but it makes you feel like, whoa, well, here it is. So it's like butterfly. I'm getting the feeling of butterflies in your stomach. No matter who you are, it's a good energy. For some of you here, your life has been too fast recently. Your life has been on a hamster wheel, just doing, and there's finally a slowdown this week. But whatever you've been experiencing a lot of, I'm getting it comes to an end. Now, for some of you, this phase or cycle has to do with a much bigger thing, and you'll know if that's you. But great energy this week. You also have Cernunnos, life force. Express your driving passion, sensual and sexual powers are increased at this time during this week, Scorpio. So just be aware of that with Cernunnos here with sexual energy. I won't say much more about it because I know Scorpio doesn't like to talk about sex in public. One of the most sexual signs, but no one has to know about it. Okay, I learned that a hard way dating Scorpio, or a few. Okay, you also have Dwell Cool, Dharma Unfolding. I just sounded like Stewie. Cool Whip. Take one step, remember that you are on a path, take one step at a time to happiness, Scorpio. So Dwell Cool does have to do with a little bit of spiritual discipline this week for you. And because, I know I'm not allowed to talk about this, it's Scorpio, we have Cernunnos and with this combination of oracle cards right here, there is something about being disciplined with your sexual energy. So maybe holding on to it, right? Building it up and kind of just focusing on other things so you have a lot more energy. There's something about that definitely this week. But overall, like, it looks like my April predictions are pretty accurate because I just did a reading for you April 2023 monthly, the last reading I did for you, and it was like good. And it's just like right now there's not really much negative to say, right, it seems, besides that some of you are going to be feeling vulnerable this week, like you got what you asked for, but now that it's here, you're like, well, what do I do now? Okay, that's really what it is. Like, whatever's going on for you this week, Scorpio, there's something about, like, sitting, like, well, what now? Like, I know that I asked for this, but it's finally here. So some of you just sit with it this week because your opportunity this week is the Hanged Man. All right, we're going to have to clarify, but the Hanged Man is suspension. You know, it's sitting there like, whoa, like a moment of enlightenment, like a moment of clarity. Also, it has to do with looking at something from a different perspective or just surrendering, you know, not really taking that much action, but just kind of chilling and going with the flow. But there does seem like there's action you're taking, so we're going to have to see when we clarify. Your challenge is the Four of Cups. All right, so this is your biggest challenge. So there may be something about denying love that's a challenge for you. If you're single, Scorpio, if you're a single Scorpio, there's going to be so many people coming at you this week that want your attention. It could be hard for you to say no to that. But for those of you Scorpios that are in a relationship or a situationship, there may be something about your partner wants something from you. Your partner wants you to do this, and you're like, well, I don't want to do it that way. And so there may actually be some of you are taking a break from your partner this week, especially if you're in a relationship or if you're in a situationship. There may be something this week about your challenge of you may be in a period where you and your partner are like, we need to take space from each other. I am sensing that, which is maybe why you have that opportunity to be disciplined around your sexual energy, not having sex, but channeling that into something new. Okay, but it's a challenge for you. Now, for others of you that are single here, though, it's almost just like, man, because, I don't know, we're going to have to clarify that. But when it comes to your overall general energy, I love it. Once again, just like your reading, you know, it's a great time to start something new this week. Great time. You have the Ace of Wands, you have the Ace of Pentacles, and you have the Page of Pentacles. This is fun, starting something new. Once again, because it's two aces hold all the potential. They're very powerful energy, but they're also an energy that can leave you a little bit vulnerable. If you look at the word vulnerable, it's like vulner means wound. If you translate it, vulner means wound, and able means like to see into, or like vulnerability. So there could be something about, once again, you being vulnerable about starting something new this week. We're going to have to see, but overall, I just see you having a great, like, many options this week. And then when it comes to what you don't see coming, yeah, great news when it comes to your career and your money here, Scorpio. I mean, some of you are sitting real pretty this week, and some of you, there's something about your family starts to look at you differently this week, Scorpio. There is something about, or a friend or a family member who starts to look at you as, like, not like a provider, but a provider. I mean, you have the Six of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, and the Magician here. It's almost like people around you and your family are like, wow, Scorpio did that, and they're probably just going to keep getting better. They're probably just going to keep getting richer. And some of you are being sent into a positive upward spiral because of how people view you. So some of you may have recently got promoted. Some of you, the energy this week, it's like you just got hired and it's like your first day on the job. So some of you, that may be the case. Now, for some of you starting your own thing, the whole vulnerability thing and the whole sexual energy thing could be related around you starting your own side business. And if that's the case, no matter what, you're sitting pretty. It's just new, though, but it's like you're building. So some of you could have already built something, now you're starting something new this week. If that's you, that's a great time to do that. But you have three aces in this reading, Scorpio. You have the Queen of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, and you also have the Ten of Wands here. There is an element don't be afraid of hard work this week. Just don't be afraid of it. I don't care who you are, if you're already established or you're trying to establish yourself in a career. For some of you, once again, very strong energy about you're already solid in one career, but you're starting a side business. Great time to do it. Great time to have fun with it. Great time to surrender to it, even though it makes you feel vulnerable, Scorpio. But you have this, and intuitively, it's just like, don't be afraid of a little bit of hard work. The Ten of Wands is about, drudgery. It is about like just showing up, but I'm getting it, we're gonna have to clarify, but I'm getting it as like you have the King and the Queen of Pentacles in this reading. Some of you who are in separation from your partner, there may be money involved with that. So with that being said, let's go ahead and start clarifying this reading, Scorpio. Let's go ahead. First energy I would like to do is clarify why this Hanged Man is here for you. Right? What's the Hanged Man doing as your opportunity for this week, Scorpio? Okay. Okay. Clear message for some of you. If someone has recently left your life, if the Four of Cups being your challenge, the Hanged Man being your opportunity, the Hanged Man is clarified by the Lovers in reverse and also the Judgment card in reverse, and your opportunity is the Hanged Man. There's definitely an opportunity to look at a relationship from a different perspective. For some of you, clear message coming through, you asked for a deep change in your life, and the universe had to take someone out of your life. Now, so for those of you who have recently went through a breakup, or for those of you, this Four of Cups in your challenge has to do with you wanting to be with someone, but they don't want to be with you. You're going through some sort of breakup experience. The universe took this person out of your life for a much deeper reason, so that you can manifest what you truly desire, because you asked for it at a deeper level. So you may be feeling vulnerable, like, wow, I have to go out there on my own and do this. Now, for some of you that are in a relationship, that are in a situationship, I don't know, there may be something here around taking responsibility, because there could have been a judgment that you made around your partner that was not clear, right? Hanged Man in your opportunity, seeing something from a different perspective, surrendering to a deeper truth, and then you have that Judgment and Two of Cups in reverse as your opportunity, and then you have the Ace of Cups in your advice. So make sure this week you don't jump to conclusions about love. There also could be something here, Scorpio, for the single Scorpios out here. Your challenge is the Four of Cups. You have the Lovers in reverse and the Judgment card in reverse. The Hanged Man is your opportunity. And you also have the Ten of Wands here as well. There could be something about you denying someone that could be really good for you, especially if you're single. But with that being said, let's go ahead and clarify this Four of Cups. Why is the Four of Cups here for you in your challenge this week? Whoa, B in the reading. Oh, that's a little too many. I know, it's from God. Relax. Mary. Why is the Four of Cups here? Nine of Wands. Alright, well, the Four of Cups is clarified by the Four of Wands in reverse, the Eight of Swords upright, and also the Queen of Swords in reverse here when it comes to the Four of Cups. So those of you in a relationship, situationship, there may be a break there may be something that happens this week that causes you to say, whoa, like we need to reevaluate. Once again, Judgment in reverse is your opportunity. Queen of Swords in reverse is your challenge. The Four of Wands in reverse as well has to do with this relational family, but someone around you being stuck in it as well. Yeah, for some, there's taking a break. Now, for those of you that are single, though, I really want you to look at how you're pushing away love that could be really good for you. Now, it's a little bit of a different story if you're single. If you're a single Scorpio listening to this and you recently got out of a breakup, okay, I'll let you off the hook. If you're a single Scorpio and you're open to love and you just don't seem to ever meet the right person, you're being too hard on the other person without letting them in. Like, there's something about you can read people, but people are a mystery to even themselves. Like, do you understand that you are in fact even a mystery to yourself? And so there's something about you blocking love because it's people are coming at your door, right? You have the Ace of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, Page of Wands, and in your advice, you have the Ace of Cups and the Ten of Wands. That tells me, like, if someone feels like they're too much, then they might be the person that could deliver you love. I mean, I don't know. In my relations, I've dated 2 Scorpios, and every time they tell me that I'm too much. You're too much, Austin. You're too much. You're too... And maybe I'm too much. But you know what? Then what? Okay, then it's either you learn that and you can move on, or maybe too much is actually what you need for some of you. Because the Ace of Cups is right next to the Ten of Wands. So you have to be intuitive about this. But you know what, Scorpio? I just like... I don't know. It's like whatever you got going on this week. It's not like a matter of life and death. Like this is like first world problems. Like whatever you got going on this week for most of you out there, you just have to remember that like on your worst day, you live like someone else on their greatest day, right? So just don't lose sight of that, please. Let's see why the Ace of Wands is here in your overall general energy. Okay, 9 of Cups in reverse. Star. Fly, I'm gonna... The Ace of Wands is clarified with the Star upright, the 9 of Cups in reverse, and also the 2 of Wands upright when it comes to your overall general energy here. So there is like healing energy, but someone may be upset, and that there may be some sort of time that needs to pass, especially for those of you in a relationship, in a situationship. You're taking a little bit of a break this week. There may be something that you have to admit to. Once again, the Hanged Man clarified with the Lovers in reverse and the Judgment card. There may be something that you're being too selfish here. I'm not going to lie. That there may be some sort of healing that you're going to experience, but you're not really happy about it. Alternatively, roles can be reversed, like you experience healing, but then your partner's not happy about it. And then that kind of makes you think about, well, where is this leading in the future? Brings more questions than answers. But for those of you that are single here, yeah, if those of you that are single, you're basically trading pleasure for like long-term pleasure. So for those of you that are single, the Star upright, 9 of Cups in reverse to the 2 of Wands, I can see you being disciplined with your sexual energy once again. I can see that being, Scorpio, like you have all these offers in love, but you're not going to go with them because you're more focused on the long term. You're more focused on something beautiful. I really feel like you have a lot of freedom this week. There's not really like, during this reading, it's like, you know, whatever happens, it's fine. There's not really a pitfall that you can walk into that's going to get you. For some of you that are in a partnership or you're in a relationship, try to see things from your partner's point of view. Try to take a walk in their shoes and try to see it from their perspective if you can. For those of you that are single, I can see the nobility in being disciplined with your sexual energy and waiting for someone higher quality or focusing on your career. That's great, especially for the men Scorpio out there. I would advise you to do that. For the female Scorpios that are single out there this week, though, there's something about you being stuck in the past and pushing someone away that could be good for you. But then it's up because you're going to have a lot of people interested in you this week. But then there is also something about you also wanting, for the single female Scorpios, something more deep that you can get. But sometimes you push away the people that can create a real deep connection with you. Ace of Cups, 10 of Wands, because they're too much. All right, well, that's what I got for you this week, Scorpio. I hope that this resonated with you, and I'll talk to you next time.